Just a regular working man who paid his bills and came home, went to sleep, and didn't bother a soul.
A device designed to spray sulfuric acid on the singer. Videotapes documenting how Lopez made the device.
She apparently was dating a black man, and that was unacceptable to him.
The truth, I don't know. I don't know.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
20 hours of video footage of the life of just one man.
Oh!
That's how many hours of archived footage I took a quick look at to make today's video. And I didn't have to. I really didn't have to. Ricardo Lopez, the Bjork Stalker, as he's probably better known. By day, he was a pest control worker. By night and evening, he made video diaries, recording himself doing poetry, being silly and talking about life. And obviously, he also obsessed over Bjork, an Icelandic singer. But before we get into any of those details, let's talk about the Bjork Stalker himself. January the 14th, 1975. Ricardo Lopez was born into a Uruguayan family who soon moved to America and settled in Georgia. He had a good relationship with his family and had a few male friends. He wasn't a loner, but he also didn't have any female friends or friends of the opposite sex. Nor did he ever have a girlfriend. I suppose you could say that he struggled to talk to females. Now, Lopez wanted to be a famous artist, in which he dropped out of school to pursue this career choice. Now, he would never actually achieve this career in any form whatsoever. He was put off by the fear of being rejected by art schools. Ultimately, he'd wind up working for his brother's pest control service. By the age of 17 years old, he'd pretty much be living in a fantasy world. You see, in 1993, Lopez became obsessed with the Icelandic singer Bjork. Now, I'm sure most of you probably know who Bjork is, but if you don't, then I'm sure the song "It's All So Quiet" will ring a bell and bring the memories flooding back. It used to be on television quite a lot. So anyway, Lopez basically sent Bjork tons and tons of fan emails and letters. He sent emails, he sent letters, he sent all sorts of stuff. You get the drift. He was a huge fan with an obsession. Now, over time, this obsession grew stronger and stronger. He wrote an 803-page diary about himself, which mostly contained things to do with Bjork, in which he talked about his weight issues, inability to get a girlfriend, and the disgust that he felt about himself personally. He also wrote about his job basically paying him peanuts. 168 pages of the 803 were based around his failures. 34 pages referred to suicide, 14 pages referred to murder, There were a whopping 408 references to Bjork and another 52 references to other celebrities. It might be worth mentioning now that none of these Bjork entries were sexual. In 1996, 3 years later, at age 21, Lopez's life started going downhill. He would start to create these video diaries while living alone at an apartment in Hollywood, Florida. Now the diaries were, I believe, started off by Lopez reading an article about Bjork. In this article, it stated how Bjork was in a romantic situation with rapper Goldie. So as well as being bothered by the fact that Bjork was now in some kind of relationship and had a romantic life, another thing that really seemed to bother Lopez was the fact that Goldie was a black man.
She's fucking a Can you believe that? Yes. Fuck. That's unacceptable.
And this made Lopez angry because he'd attempted to contact Bjork for about 8 months. This led him to spiral even more, and 20 hours of this ordeal was caught and found on tape. These video diaries were about Lopez's life, his art, and his plan. 11 tapes were recorded. Each tape contained around 2 hours of Lopez's life each. A lot of these tapes included Lopez's plans for getting revenge on Bjork, taking us through his plot, detail by detail. Her relationship with Goldie just made Lopez angrier and angrier. There was only one situation for Lopez, and he felt that this situation was to kill her. Now the plot would come in the form of a bomb filled with hypodermic needles infected with HIV. However, Lopez soon realised that this wouldn't work and instead opted for a letter filled with sulfuric acid. Inside a hollowed out book, it was designed in a way to explode and injure or kill Bjork as soon as she opened up the book. He planned to send this to her home in London, England. On these tapes, Lopez would also commit suicide after the bomb had been sent to Bjork, in the hopes that him and her would both unite in heaven. Obviously, the effects of the bomb would never happen. In the final video diary, Lopez would prepare to head off to the post office to post his poison-filled letter. Filming would resume once the letter had been posted. When Lopez returned home, he would strip naked, shave his head, and colour his face in red and green face paint. Lopez would pull out a revolver, aiming it at his head, before shouting victory and pulling the trigger.
Victory!
He groans and falls to the ground. This is the most notable event in the video diaries, for obvious reasons. On the wall behind him is a poster that reads, "The best of me." It's theorized that Lopez had intended to pull the trigger next to this poster so that when the trigger was pulled, his brain matter would cover this poster. Now this didn't actually happen, as the gun was not powerful enough to cause this movie-like effect. So in regards to the bomb, luckily the bomb would be intercepted by British police, meaning Bjork wouldn't undergo any harm. What Lopez didn't know, however, is that Bjork had already ended her relationship with Goldie a few days before Lopez had ended his life. It's apparent that this situation scared Bjork for a while, obviously, as it would with any normal human being. It's been almost 30 years since these video diaries were created and released, and they still continue to shock viewers, even today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.